Okay, it's another cold plunge truth morning. Just at the meeting spot before the rest of the world wakes up here. And excited because this is the last one before our extremely conscious retreat this weekend. And so there's a lot of intention going into it, even behind making my cacao this morning. It's going to be a special one. I'm feeling it. And we have a really cool guest this morning again as well, someone that I just put it out to and he gave us a fuck yeah and ready to lean in. So excited to bring some fresh blood into the water as well and throw down another episode.
Morning. It is 6:30 right now and I am walking down to the river for another episode of the Cold Plunge Truth with Mike Prince and a friend of his that's joining us today. And I wanted to record something quickly before I even get down the street here to where these guys are and say that your silence does more harm to others than it does to yourself. And what I mean by this is that we often hear the terminology of, suffering in silence from a mental health perspective and how we need to reach out for help when we need it. And I actually had a brother from another mother reach out into a community that I'm a part of and just say, hey, I could use a friendly voice right now. And that is incredibly important, and it's the reason why we have community and why we connect with others that can relate to the pain and the struggles that we go through in life. And it's important, don't get me wrong, that is why we create community with others. But I also want to reference the fact that when we silence ourselves, we also rob others of our gifts. And what I mean by that is every single person watching this video right now has a voice. They have a truth. They have skills and gifts and so much to offer this world. And yet many people stay silent. They don't share that information. Whatever it is, it could be, just personal thoughts, personal opinions, things that could help somebody else. And that is another reason why I'm here. I know that. And that's why we do these Cold Plunge Truth episodes every single Wednesday. And you can see it's a balmy 15 degrees Celsius out here today. So I figured I'd put on the summer hat. You can hear the guys chatting over there right now. But anyways, I just wanted to share that because it's important. Share your voice. Don't be quiet. The world needs you to share your gifts. I thought we said we were going to the beach today, but these guys dressed like we were going here. Yeah. So you want to get out in the fast stuff today?
It's moving pretty fast. So I'll tell you the evolution of our spot here.
Yes.
Traditionally, we always go against the tree over there.
Yeah.
Minus the last few weeks, I'd say, because it's been pumping like this.
Yeah.
So we've gone here. Another challenge with here is it's not as deep.
Right. You have to lay down.
I feel like you kind of have. Well, you either do or you're only up to here,
Where the chairs don't really work that well.
Yeah.
So this morning I was kind of like, Trev, we should go back to the tree. But it is pumping.
It's pumping.
So
And there's no putting chairs down over there, that's for sure.
Well, I tied a bunch of ropes to myself this morning.
Last two around
That log looks okay.
Or was that last night? Yeah, I can't remember.
Okay, thankfully we had a backup cup here, or I was going to be drinking out of a shoe again.
That's a dad move, right? You bring an extra something?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Which, just for the record, I was prepared to drink out of my shoe again.
I know you were.
Yeah.
I don't think you
I've done
choice. I would have pushed it too.
I've done dumber things in my life that have probably shortened it by many, many years.
Don't show the cup though. I think that's one of my buddy's cups.
Oh, I'll keep it down.
Yeah.
Well, cheers, guys.
Yes.
Cheers. Thanks for having me out, fellas.
Absolutely. Thanks for the prep, Mike. As usual. Ooh, it's tasty. I think you're getting better every week.
This one's I actually put intention into this morning. I actually was like, this is what I should be doing every week.
Yeah.
Wanted a little bit more of a chili kick to it. Okay.
It drinks like a meal.
Next time.
It's got some legs.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, we have our retreat coming up this weekend, and so for me, that's why I wanted to make sure we got in this week too. I was like,
Yeah.
we could have said, let's wait to the weekend because we're cold plunging on the weekend, but
Yeah.
this is our ritual. We show up whether we're tired, sleepy, whatever in between, and it's always more special when we can bring a new guest and then involve them in the process.
Tell me about this retreat.
So we have, Trev and I put together a men's retreat.
In a bit.
Yeah.
So we've got 8 committed guys, 10 plus us, and then we have a videographer coming, but it's going to be super special. We've rented a big chalet on the way to Big Lake on the waterfront. We're going to be doing some cacao ceremonies, hiking in Myra Canyon, cold plunging. We've got a sauna coming on site, and then another wood-fired sauna.
Yeah.
We've got it catered, so some great food. And then some roundtable discussions and some circles where we're going to really just dive in on real shit.
Cool.
You know, and I actually finished our oath this morning, so
Nice.
we're all going to read an oath when we get in Friday night. A commitment to one another on the weekend of being grounded, present, and leaning the fuck in.
Yeah.
And so it's really just, it's creating a brotherhood, you know, kind of.
Yeah.
By bringing some strangers together that want to make changes in their life or want to level up or whatever the case may be, we're going to find out.
Very cool, guys.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank
Is this the first one?
This is the first one.
Exciting.
Event rookies will use all the advice that you're willing to give here today.
Yeah, this is the real strategy behind inviting Kurt.
Yeah. Add
Putting it out.
How do you
whatever you
actually
think
pull
you
this
need
off?
for washrooms, double it. That's my
Okay.
only advice. Because you're always short on those.
Good call. Good call.
Okay, so as we do before any time we immerse ourselves in this lovely river, we're going to ground ourselves in the moment, exactly where we are right now. So take a moment when you're ready, close down your eyes, and let anything else you may have carried with you here just gently flow away. Any emails you might have read by accident this morning, any little worries on your mind, just gently tell them to pass on by. Move your toes around a little bit. Feel the ground beneath your feet, the earth in which we're connected with. The seat that Mother Nature has lent to us beneath us. The birds speaking to us, singing on this beautiful morning. And the flow, listen to the flow of that beautiful river, that powerful river. That's going to embrace us in a nice cold hug. That river comes from many of the mountains around us, the snow melt. The change of seasons always comes beauty. So what we're going to do is 2 rounds of breath. It's called conscious connected breathing or circular breathing. I will guide the whole process. But you'll start with an inhale through your nose when I say, nice and deep. And then there's no hold at the top and no hold at the bottom. You'll exhale, and you'll go right back into an inhale in through your nose, exhale out your mouth. And then after about 15 breaths, we're going to do a 20 to 25 second hold at the bottom. and I will guide that. And then you'll do a strong inhale through your nose and let it rise up your spine to your crown. Do a hold at the top, and then we'll do one more round. Start with one breath in and just let it fall away naturally at first. Just arrive. Now we'll start our breath in 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, out your mouth. In. Now I want you to visualize as you're breathing that air coming in and filling your lungs. Again, Mother Nature lending us its beautiful air. Coming in through your lungs, exhaling, going back into nature. Each time empowering us. We're blessed to have fresh air to breathe. We are blessed to have the clothing on our backs. It's the simple things that we take for granted each day. We breathe in gratefulness. We release anything that does not serve us. 2 more powerful breaths, and then let it fall away and hold. And hold at the bottom. Maybe allow your third eye to gaze up towards the sky in silence. Being appreciative for everything around us, including each other. And we'll start with the breath again, a big inhale, in 3, 2, 1. Right back into round 2. As you breathe, feel the body coming to life. Feel the energy coursing through your veins, through every limb. Feel the connection, the human connection and the connection with nature. And after 2 more breaths, let the breath fall away and hold again. Feel your body coming to life. And just embrace the power of the breath. Take a big inhale in 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Feel the energy rise up your spine. All the breath. Everything rise to your crown. Hold that powerful breath at the top. Maybe put a gentle smile on your face. connection with the breath is so magical, so simple. It's such a blessing. And then we'll let it all fall away and return to normal breath in 3, 2, 1. As we finish any meditation or breath work or any silent practice, always with gratitude, place one hand over your heart, your left hand, and your right hand over top of that. And just be grateful. Be grateful for everything that life has delivered to us, whether it be heartache, whether it be challenges, whether it be having to say goodbye to loved ones, whether it be blessings. Every challenge we're served in life has a purpose. And it is about the journey. There is no destination. With a nice gentle smile on your face again. Just one more big inhale and release. Now the icy river is calling us.
Beautiful, Mike.
Thank you, and thanks for letting me guide it.
Okay. All right, this looks like a spot.
boys. Woo. This is her.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
All right, let's do it.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A bit of a lean back here. Okay.
It's a little. Oh, stop talking.
So Costa Rica, how did we pick Costa Rica?
Costa Rica was funny story, you ask. We looked at the schools first, just because we were saying on the way over, oh, I keep going deeper and it's hitting my neck. Woo! And I'm sliding.
How long are we in here, by the way?
We'll see how it goes.
Minute by minute.
But yeah, Costa Rica was, honestly, it was a friend of mine went there in like mid-2000s and just loved it. And then we had been to Mexico probably 6 or 7 times in the last 10 years and really liked it down there too. And every time we left, we thought, why are we leaving?
Yeah.
You know, just the weather and the beaches. But then when it became like, okay, let's look into this, we had kids that were about to turn 5, so we had to find a place for schooling. And I just did a quick Google search and I ended up coming across a couple from Toronto actually that had moved down there and had kids about the same age, and they were talking about this school. So I researched it and it didn't take long. They were speaking about surf lessons in the morning and emotional intelligence learning in the classroom and extracurriculars that were focused around creativity and imagination. And
A couple pillars our system's missing a little bit, huh?
yeah.
Don't the kids like choose their extracurricular in the afternoon?
Yeah, it's basically whatever they're interested in, right? Which, imagine that as a concept too. So that's why, yeah.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's not to say that the education system here is bad. There's a lot of great teachers. We've talked about it before. My sister is a principal actually, but I don't know. We just want to be more involved in their education.
Yep. There's certainly change that should be happening here, unfortunately, but it's been around for however long and just not changed, right? But every kid is unique and individual, and that's what our school system doesn't really serve that other alternative schools are looking at.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Actually, Mike, so my daughter, who's 10, goes to a school called Balsam,
Yeah.
and it's an outdoor learning school.
Oh, wow.
So the whole, it's very, very cool. Actually, today they'll be at Mission Creek all day, just learning from First Nations and doing their crafts outdoors all day. So
That's great.
yeah, it's been really cool to see her journey. And I mean, as a new dad, you don't really know anything about the education system, but yeah, seeing the parallels between what's offered and what she's doing, it's kind of cool.
That's really cool. My brother actually, throughout this crazy time we've been in the last few years, ended up pulling his daughters out of school, his 3 girls, and homeschooling them because he didn't like what was happening. And now he's actually involved he's a director of a new school they're creating, an alternative school.
Awesome.
Wow. So it's really cool, and his journey spawned of now, they have a lawyer, they have somebody that was in the school system before, they have all these people lined up to really create something special.
Wow.
They see their kids were craving, and so it's really neat. This is just along the lines of kind of the awakening that's been happening with humans over the past couple of years. Truly, this is kind of forced some people into not great places, but other people to really level up and look at their priorities and what's important to them, and their children and their family. So it's really neat.
That's so cool, and like different from this icy bath. It's like people talking about it versus people out there actually doing stuff.
Totally.
I think that's huge. So the fact that he's taking the steps to make change, that's massive.
It's incredible.
Really cool.
Yeah, it's so special.
It's a commitment of time, right? That's the first thing that always comes to mind is how are you actually gonna do this and still work a job and still provide for the family and all of that. So I think the last 2 years I think got people thinking, okay, I need to figure this out. Maybe I'm not in the position right now to be able to do it, but I can create it now.
Yeah.
It might take a couple years, but
start taking action steps towards it.
And I can tell you personally, it's a bit scary too, the idea of me being a teacher to my kid. Like, where do you start,
Yeah.
You kind of want to lean on and rely on a system or a textbook or another person that committed their career to it, but it's just another thing to lean into.
Yeah.
Really cool. It's probably one of those things where you kind of start with the end in mind, is like, what does a well-rounded person look like, and how do you build these
reverse engineer
skill sets? Yeah.
Well, damn well that I'll have my kids in the cold plunge down in Costa Rica too, and I'm sure the conscious parents down there will let their kids jump in our pool as well too.
What it's all about.
That is the vision. That is the vision.
Well, the water is one thing, but I feel like I've been doing a V-sit for my abs here for a while, so I'm hoping that makes a difference.
It definitely does.
You come out with a 12-pack every time. Every time.
So question for you now too. So you mentioned that you're about to be a new dad as well. What was the motivation for coming in here? Obviously you guys have known each other for a while, but everybody's always got a reason to jump in an ice cold river.
Yes, well, so the river is one thing. I do find the cold water it's a challenge, right? It's, again, one of those things that you prep yourself for mentally, and then you do it and you feel so good after. And it's just meditative. Whatever is on your mind before and after doesn't matter. It's cold water, and it makes you breathe deeper and try to survive. But beyond that, I've known Mike, and when he explained to me what he was doing and the greater meaning of these plunges, it's part of my life and my friend group that I lean into, and meeting new great people like yourself. I think just building that network of, I guess, people who are in tune to a different frequency and leaning into stuff. So,
Yes.
That's the long-winded answer.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
We're kind of drawn to each other, it seems, right? It's like the common thing that pulls us together is this water doing crazy extreme stuff. It just becomes normal.
Well, that's true. If you're crazy enough to do this, you're probably doing other crazy stuff in your life that I want to hear about and I'm interested in, right?
Yeah.
Challenging yourself in other ways and stretching your capabilities.
That's it.
Including running retreats for the first time where you got no frickin' experience, or, logic says do not do it. But yeah, I'm grateful to have met you, man, because we'll be doing many more, and I'm sure we could use somebody with your talents and experience. The mistakes.
Happy to help out. Lots of mistakes.
Yes.
That is the fun part.
And
Isn't it?
V2 is going to be in Costa Rica, so
Yeah.
Yeah, looking for any reason to get to Costa Rica too. So when I heard you were going, I had to get on the show.
Yes. Done. It's happening. Well, that's a good session. Got about 8 minutes in.
there we go.
Yeah. It's always a game to see who's going to stand up first now.
Oh, I know. Well, for me, it's not the cold anymore.
No,
like
it's not.
This V-sit in my neck.
Oh,
Before we go, take a minute to look downstream here. It's pretty
pretty cool.
We're not usually sitting at this angle. We have the rocks in our way, but
Cool.
it's like
just
bubbling.
kind of looking at the top of that.
Let me see if I can get a shot of that without falling over.
Get real low.
Definitely got some feet in there, and I'm elbowing you. Oh.
Well,
All right, fellas.
I think we did well, boys.
I think we did good too.
Thanks for having me, fellas. I appreciate it. This was cool.
Thank you.
Of course.
You'll find a lean back here. Get right in there. Oh, baby.
Ooh, that back of the neck.
And
You know
this is
you're in when.
Episode 13 or 14 of the Cold Plunge.
Oh, the guest has got to say it.
Truth!
Yes!
Thanks for watching. Woo, babies.
I think I'll try and get up before I try and stop.
Oh.
All right, let's do a quick reflection out of the river. Something came to mind for me, which is we talk about doing hard shit all the time and leaning in, and it's why we do the river plunge. And I know we all have stories. Well, you two in particular. We were getting out of the river and you were talking about sometimes we put ourselves in hard situations, and sometimes the universe says, here, you want something tough? Let's go. You want to maybe tell your story about something, that challenging thing that you were not expecting?
Yeah, so the challenging thing was I'd been an athlete my whole life and had a pretty successful hockey career, and I just wanted to continue to be successful, challenge myself, so I put it to the universe, and actually had a skate blade during a hockey game cut my jugular vein. So
That's a big scar too.
yeah, it's pretty much every horror movie you ever watch, right?
Yeah, we were
Everyone
saying
gets their throat slit.
Yeah, the Clint Malarchuk story,
Yeah.
right? Everybody remembers it.
Yeah, so that was a close call. I was, unconscious and slowly slipping away. I had a teammate come over and, start praying for me, holding my hand, and I
Wow.
just said, tell my family I love them and this is it, kind of thing. So had an out-of-body experience, kind of saw the whole thing from the top of the arena, and wow, when you come back
Jeez.
from something like that, yeah, it's a perspective change, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But the reflection piece is, and the reason I asked Mike, going through his hardships is, why do you think this happened to you? What I really meant to say is, why do you think this happened for you?
Yeah.
It really, I do believe that when these things happen, there are these good things under the surface that we need to dig deep for, but they're there.
Yeah.
And you got to find them.
And it's easy to ignore them because it's traumatic, right?
Yeah.
It can be seen as painful. I don't want to experience that again. And just thinking about it makes me go back to it. But a lot of the teachings are in those gray areas that sometimes we close the door on, aren't they?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just a matter of opening our eyes and looking, right, and realizing they are truly gifts.
Yeah.
They allow us to really see life for what it is, and not only that, but help show others. Right?
Absolutely.
Is a big piece. And that's why they call a lot of these experiences a hero's journey.
Yeah.
You've survived it, you've gone through the challenges, and now it's time to bring it to others and teach them that they don't have to go through that to have a similar awakening.
Absolutely.
Just appreciate life for what it is.
We were just joking too that we're planning our retreat, and we're about 4 days out here now, and my wife was saying to me, I don't want to hear about retreats or events or anything, but here's the thing, us leaning in and doing that kind of stuff is the alternative to, say, Mike, getting on a bike and going to Alaska for 3 weeks or something, or however long it would take you to go up there. So, hey, retreats and doing extreme hard things, not so bad. And neighbors are saying hi. All right, man. Well, I'm going this way. So
Nice to meet you, dude.
yeah, you too.
Good luck in Costa Rica if I don't see you.
Well, we'll see you down there.
Yeah, I'd love that. actually.
Everybody we're meeting, I'm sure, will visit us down there. And
Yeah, it's not the retreat, it's for a visit.
exactly. Yeah, we'll go do it again.
Rock on.
Okay. All right, fellas.